Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Wasteland Let's Play. Before we get started today, there's a couple things I wanted to mention. I'd like to ask a favor of you guys in that a few people have complained about, how to describe it, the videos sort of freezing but the audio continuing, and then after a couple seconds the video will pick back up with the audio. Everything's still in sync, it's just the video will essentially not update for a couple of seconds or freeze or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, I want to try to figure out if it's happening on my end or if it's happening on YouTube's end. And so if you see anything of the sort, please inform me so that I can try to sort of, deduce what exactly is going on. There's also, and I don't know if this is related, but I'm having a bit of performance issues in this particular RimWorld playthrough. I'm not noticing them in the other RimWorld playthrough. But essentially what's happening is, for example, when we had to load the map for this caravan arriving, the game locked up for several seconds. And again, that's not the same sort of thing I'm experiencing with the videos or that people are experiencing with the videos, because this is the game actually freezing. Whereas in that one, I'm continuing to play the game, the video just isn't reflecting it. So I don't know if those are related, but they're not identical issues, I guess is the best way to describe it. So I don't know what it is about this playthrough that's causing it, but Jurassic RimWorld is not facing that. So hopefully it doesn't continue to be an issue and it was just a fluke or something. Anyways, last episode we started out mining this area here, at least this upper part. And I asked you guys for some suggestions as to what should go in there. And while I did really like some of the suggestions, especially a lot of you are on top of the whole aquaculture basin thing, I don't want to put the aquaculture basins in here. I think we'll do it in this one because I'd like to keep the food stuff sort of in one sector of the base just for convenience sake. We'll keep it all sort of centered around the freezer. I think what this area is ultimately going to be is probably our hospital. The hospital right now is this here, but if we move it over here, we'll have more space, and it's not that much further from the entrance. So if somebody was, rescued right here, they get run inside, they go over here and in and into a bed. So we're just talking this up and there. So it is a little bit further. Potentially it could be the difference between life or death, but if we're cutting it that close, we've got bigger issues. So I think that'll be fine. And again, it does open up more space for more hospital beds and whatnot. We can even, cut it in half and have one hospital beds, one research side. We could make smaller individual surgery rooms that are extra sterile or something like that. So this gives us more options, is the moral of that story. But yes, aquaculture basins, I think here's a perfect spot. And that's pretty much it. What else? In this spot, I guess, now that the hospital is going to move over there, I will make this our kitchen cafeteria. So this little cooking nook here will get shifted inside this. And the tables and seating will move in here too. Probably not these tables though, we'll make different ones that potentially fit better. And this will become more of a recreational area, so that everybody can kind of hang out and have fun in here. They'll eat in one specific area that it's easier to keep clean. And then if that was the issue we were having with our food poisoning, then, that should mitigate or remove it. And up here, I think is still going to be sort of our armory, but I haven't necessarily, solidified that plan yet. What else? Somebody mentioned that we had an advanced component laying around somewhere. I wasn't able to find it. I was looking around off camera and I did not see it. There's quite a few corpses in here that I'm just gonna pretty much ignore. Although that's fresh, it might be worth grabbing that. And you know what? I'll take the insects too. Don't really care about that stuff. Are you wearing anything that I could make use of? No. So we'll just ignore that part. But we'll grab the boar and the insects, and let's see, there's some Spectago tea out there. Anything else? We can clean up this fight. We should really get that scyther. And I guess we can take these insects as well. So I guess one thing we can do is, we have an advanced component in here, right? I don't know if this is the one they were referring to and it just got hauled by somebody. But if I double click it, it should select every other advanced component visible on the map. And it doesn't appear to be selecting anything. So I don't think there is one out and about. Yeah, I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it's still floating out there, please let me know exactly where so we can get it. That would really suck to lose something that valuable, but I am not seeing it. And if it was out here somewhere, double clicking should have highlighted it just like this would, you know. There is stuff like this that's intentionally being left out. So these concrete blocks, this junk here, I've left those out here on purpose because they're never going to deteriorate. So there's really no reason to take up space in the base with it. And I don't have a use for it because it's all higher tier stuff in the UN buildings, you know, projects and whatnot. And we don't even have the most basic metalworking bench. So I can't make more of this stuff in order to build the things that, you know, would require it. And so there's really no reason for me to have 9 glass, because I'm going to need like 50 glass to build anything, so I just leave it there. If a trader comes, we'll pick it up and try to sell it or something, but I don't have any use for it in a stockpile. Right, so with all of that out of the way, let's hop back over here. So, we're rescuing Jess. Jess is not that badly hurt, actually. It's kind of pathetic, actually. Just some nasty bruises. In a lot of pain. And, oh wow, actually a pretty decent character. That's unfortunate. But we can sort of deal with that. That's not great either, but otherwise, a pretty good fighter, so somebody that could actually, you know, join on these missions in the future. Could help with growing too. That's good. Maybe crafting down the line with a bit of practice, and could become like a nice combat medic. So Jess certainly has some potential. I'm glad we made the trip. The question now is, are we walking straight into an ambush? And it certainly feels like it. Right in the middle of the map. So we've got 3 characters, 2 sniper rifles, 1 laser rifle. Who's the best shot here? Probably Grim. Correct. Grim is the best shot, but he has the shortest ranged weapon. He's also, I believe... Why did I close that and then reopen it? He's the best doctor here, so he's going to have to do the tending. Who's the fastest runner? Or the slowest runner, for that matter. So 4.48, 4.28, and 4.48. Okay, so Rainer, you were the slowest and the second best shot. I'm going to ask him to move to here and sort of just take up an overwatch. Cazador, you are going to run to the wall and cover from there. And Grim, you're going to move to our friend there. And we'll offer help when we get there. I don't want him to be out on his own as part of our colony and, you know, targeted by whatever attacks us. But once we're over there, we'll change that. Okay, let's go. Of course, it spawned us in the water, so we're extra slow. Cazador, I really wish you would have gone the other way. So they could trigger like any moment here. Oh, the game thought about doing something. I could see it like hiccup for a second. So generally what happens on ambushes is they'll spawn kind of in the corners, like so, and converge on the middle. I don't think they're going to do it though. It looks like we're in the clear, because if anything was going to happen, it would have happened already. Okay, Grim, offer your help. There's a new addition there. We need to rescue that colonist, of course. Let's build a sleeping spot against this wall here. I guess it doesn't matter which way we face it. I'll put it there, actually. Closer to the middle. Grim, you're going to rescue Jess. And then what we need to do is build a roof over this. That's pretty good. Technically, we can actually bring it out like so. As long as we do something like that, nothing will collapse. So we're 6 this way, 6 that way, and I think we get like 3 or 4 on the diagonal, so we might be able to bring that out a little bit rounder, but this is good enough, I feel like. So Cazador, you and Raina are going to take care of that. We don't want to build up a bunch of toxic fallout poisoning while we're hanging out here. Okay, Grim. Well, let's grab Jess first. Herbal medicine. You have the medicine on you, I hope. Perfect. Okay, Grim, tend away. Or don't. There we go. Alright, so Jess is fully tended. Now we just kind of have to wait this out. I'd like to send him home on his own so that these guys can continue on in the same direction. I'm going to draft them and just ask them to stay over here, because I don't want them venturing off into the irradiated wasteland. We want to stay under this nice safe roof. Unfortunately, Jess looks like he might take a while at this rate. We could try to gather up some resources and build a proper bed. That would speed this along. Could also bring him with us, but we'll be moving so slow it's almost not worth it. Probably isn't worth it. I'm not seeing any steel though, so there's nothing like obvious for us to make a bed out of. Looks like we're done with a whole nother slew of ornate plant pots. How many of them do I have? Probably quite a few. Let's start assigning them to rooms. So that room needs one. That room needs one. One of these is assigned to a room. It's just a matter of which. We'll throw one in here. That one looks to be good. Okay, that one has been assigned, but not this one. So that'll go there, and we need one more. For now, anyways. We'll need more than that eventually. Are these normal quality? Good, good, excellent. I think I grabbed all the good ones, or the better ones. Normal and normal. So yeah, I guess that's fine. Right there. Oh, and this bedroom. So there's another one. And that's almost all of them. We'll need to make more, but for now that's good enough. Gonna have to decorate this a bit more, I believe. Yeah, I'm good with that. I wish there was a way to speed this along. I'm curious. So if we decide to have them leave now, the refugee, now our colonist, will still heal, and if anything happens, they will continue to treat him. But are we going to be moving so slow that it's not worth moving at all? That's kind of my concern here. So let's see. If we reform a caravan with everybody in, we're moving at 2.4 tiles per day, and we only have 1.4 days worth of food. Before we do that, what are we looking at in terms of distance? So if we went home, it's 0.5 days. But this is just an estimate. It might be slower. If we decide to go here, we're looking at 1.3. Huh. It might be better to do this with the actual caravan tool, just to see how long it'll actually take us. So obviously we'll want anything that could be of use. Choose our route. If we go home, it's 2 days. That's rough. So that means that we're effectively 4 times as fast without Jess. Meaning it's going to be very hard to do anything with him. Certainly not going to be able to head out here. How much time do we have on these? 15 days and 9 days. Technically, it's doable. However, food is an issue. And we have 1.5 days worth of food with Jess. I'd really like to just leave him here and let him wait it out himself. But if I do that, because he's incapacitated right now, if these 3 leave in a caravan, he will essentially be abandoned and we'll just lose him. He'll come back potentially in other events, but he'll no longer be a pawn of ours. We might have to rescue him again or something like that, but he will disappear along with this location. So I can't do that. I think we have to just be patient. Or we could try to carry him home. The issue with that is we're losing time that I don't think we can afford to lose. We have 9 packaged survival meals. How many do you guys have? You've got 13 simple meals, that's it? Yeah. Maybe we should have got him on the way back or something. Damn. And we're not going to find any food. Not on this wasteland. It puts us in a tough spot. Alright, we just have to be patient. As soon as he can walk, we're fine, because we can start walking him home. If he's, starving on the journey, that's fine, as long as he makes it back to base. And these guys continue in the other direction, but as long as he is down and not able to walk around, we cannot leave him. Let's get some of these chunks marked for hauling. And I should probably continue laying those floors down. There we go. I'll have to decide where the walls should remain open for doors. This is quite a long room, so I think it makes sense to have maybe 2 entrances rather than just 1. But we'll have to decide where those are best located, or if they're necessary even. Okay, we have a raid. That's unfortunate. Who? Oh, one of our prisoners' father is here. Okay, I was like, who's Sardine? And I remembered we have somebody locked up named Sardine. Okay, so they're tribals. Some of them are wearing vault suits. I don't know what you're wearing. It's not working, though. Oh, somehow she got combat armor. What the hell's going on with this stuff? Okay. I wish that we had more people here to defend the base. But it is what it is. Kate, you've got a laser rifle. Or you hate violence. I need somebody who sucks at violence but doesn't necessarily mind it. I guess Pearl could do it. Schmidt might be a better choice though. She's actually a half decent shot. Schmidt, where are you? I would love for you to ditch your pistol. And when you are done with that, I believe I want you to equip this. And then Pearl, you are going to probably take her pistol just so that you have something. And I might actually have Schmidt throw on this body armor as well. It's unfortunately tainted, but it's not in terrible shape. And so at least she'll have something protecting her while she sprays bullets at these tribals. We didn't get any of this building done yet. Which, again, I have to probably prioritize all this construction. And since there was literally minutes between episodes, I didn't have a chance to do that. Okay, but that'll have to do. We'll make the best of what we've got. They are tribals. There is a lot of them, but they are just tribals. So we should be able to just riddle them with bullets, and hopefully they'll go down. How many of them are melee? I don't know if you are. Yes. So we're looking at 4 5, 6 of them are melee, roughly half. So they're going to obviously try to charge us, and this guy here will be a problem because he'll be fast on that muffalo. And he's actually pretty good with that knife. The archers are less of an issue, but still deadly, of course. They have weapons. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Alright. Kate. Don't do that. That's a good way to get yourself killed. Lilith, get back inside, please. Are you handy with a gun? You hate violence as well. Too many people that hate violence in this base. Oh, we've got more combat armor. Why did Tadashi take his combat armor off? Tadashi, go put that on. We'll have to leave it as, you know, force wear. And you need to be ready as well, because you've got the big gun. One of the big guns. Pearl, I need you to go equip this and then get out here. The other thing that sucks is we don't have a roof on this. I think we need to go now. I hate to kind of jump the gun, but unfortunately we just need to be ready to go. Tadashi, get out here, please. Locke, you've got a gun, so you're gonna help us. Maybe there. Kate's already out here. Should get her a better gun. Don't really have anything though. Well, something. Okay, where to put her? Maybe I'd like to sneak somebody over here, but that's risky. I'll just put her there. Philly, you get out here as well. We'll find you a spot. You don't like violence. You don't like violence. And you don't like violence. Okay, so we're basically calling up everybody. Except for Pearl. And the people that don't like violence. Pearl needs to grab this gun before I can draft her. Okay. Hustle. Oh, good timing, Locke. Very good timing. Lilith, bad timing. I'm going to draft her and put her in here. And I think everybody who's not going to be fighting is going to do the same. Just so that I have people essentially on standby to rescue if we need to. Alright, Perkin. Tadashi and Perkin, come over here. Philly, just stand here so we're not shooting each other. And we've already downed one and killed another. There's 3 dead. Doing pretty well, actually. You know, tribals don't stand up very well with bullets. Who would have guessed? Oh, Kate just got hit there. Wow. That was nasty. Alright, so they're fleeing. We're continuing to just riddle them with lead. Looks like this one will get away. I'm not going to bother pursuing. Okay. So, how do we want to handle this? First of all, how badly were you hit? Not too badly, actually. Go get yourself treated, though. That was, I think, probably our fault. So, yeah, as you were. Schmidt, you're going to help us here. None of them are wearing anything worth keeping, I would wager. We will, of course, allow them to be incinerated, though. We'll grab the beer, too. We'll take the knife. That might be useful. Allow. Let's allow you, too. And you. This guy survived. Let me make sure we get these knives. Knives are very handy. Some of these are in decent shape, too. And then the beer, of course. And the person. Tadashi, are you any good in melee combat? You actually are. In that case, feel free to equip that as a sidearm. Kate, do you have a sidearm? You do. It's a very bad knife, though. Why don't you come and equip that as your sidearm? And I will... Oh, that's actually a bad one. Where was the other good one? Oh, it's this one. Scratch that, Kate. Equip this as your sidearm, and somebody else can have your knife. And let's see. Schmidt, you handy with a knife? Not really, but better than nothing. So let's get you with that too. And then Abel, if you would do me a favor. Where'd the Muffalo go down? Did he just never make it? There's the Muffalo. So it must have shot the guy off. Some of these guys never got into combat. Oh well. Are you... Yeah, probably not somebody worth trying to save, no. This guy, Tiger, is actually pretty good. Undergrounder with a chemical interest, that's unfortunate, but we can sort of deal with that. Undergrounder's great in this situation though. One of the best traits that we can have for a Vault Dweller. And quite a lot of skill, quite a lot of passion. How bad are you off? Actually, fine, more or less. The laser burns obviously are going to hurt, but he's not bleeding to death or anything. So that's fairly easy to remedy. We have one unknown spot there, so that's actually very easy to remedy. Jaxa, your time is probably the most expendable, because all you do is make pieces of art for us. So if you could, please capture Tiger. Are these people both unforbidden? Yes, the walls are just fooling me. Right, so who's that leave? You're watching for targets, you're going and grabbing a knife, okay. Could you please... Where are you, Perkin? I would like you to prioritize hunting that doe. We'll kill it and then we'll take it inside for meat. Is that everybody? Everybody has a job. Or something to do. You don't. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, off you guys go. So they did a pretty good job there, I think, without having our 3 best fighters. Pearl, feel free to go about your business. I forgot to tell you to go about your business, but that's what I meant to do. So you have your knife. Let's see. Haul the beer? Can't. Okay, well, it's fine. Not a big deal. Schmidt, on your way. What is this? Royal jelly will allow them to haul that too. A lot of this stuff I don't care about though. And sorry, Pete and Lilith, you guys can do whatever you need to do. So, let's see. Tiger's been dropped off. Pearl, you're researching. If you could, maybe come tend to Tiger. I'm going to... Perfect. Set that to herbal medicine. It already was. Great. What is your... Travelers, major break risk, where? Why are you out there? God. Okay. How are you doing, Jess? Still incapable of movement. I can't draft him yet. It's a shame. Right. So you're going to treat Tiger. That's perfect. Tiger, what does your prisoner stuff look like? You're actually quite difficult. So we'll set to work and recruit. I'll need to see his bio again. I think crafting is where he'll be the most beneficial. So let's look at his work tab. He doesn't like tending to people, so we'll make sure he doesn't do that. Cooking, he might be able to contribute. I don't really want him cooking though. That's Tadashi's whole thing. We'll put him at a 2 on all of those, and he should be able to contribute in one way or another. But if we get another inspired recruitment, I think he'll be the first choice. Let's actually look at our current prisoners. So obviously Mars, while somebody that could contribute, is really only good as a crafter, and because he has a shattered spine, he's not going to be contributing anytime soon until we fix that. So he's not really a priority in terms of recruitment. Andre is pretty much about to be recruited anyways, and he is mostly useful as a builder and a researcher, but maybe as a crafter down the line. Mostly as a researcher though, because that's something that we need. Locke is decent at it. Pearl is pretty good as well, but Pearl could be doing other things. So he could contribute there. What else? What else? Sardine, right? Sardine's the only one missing. Where is Sardine? Sardine, where are you? There she is. He is, excuse me. So he was a melee fighter. Unfortunately, he is jealous. Maybe some potential for mining, but I wasn't in a huge hurry to recruit him. And his resistance has been worn down considerably. His recruitment difficulty is still up there, though. I think he's probably the worst character of the four, excuse me. So I would be the least inclined to recruit Sardine. He can mine whether he's a prisoner or a vault dweller or colonist, whatever we decide to call them. He doesn't need to be recruited to mine, so that's fine. I think Tiger is the priority at this point, if we get one of those. Andre is going to join of his own volition pretty soon, and Mars would probably join relatively soon as well. I don't need to be reducing his resistance anymore. The reason I set that is because I actively did not want him to be recruited. I just wanted him to be ready to be recruited. I guess we'll just leave it on reduce resistance so that they still talk to him. At least I think they will. But yeah, Tiger I think is the priority right now. Okay. Grim, please don't go out there. You're just making this harder on me and yourself. Jess, it would be great if your little boo-boos would heal so that we can move along. The only other option is sending them in opposite directions. So sending one person back with Jess and sending two of them on. But I do worry about that because we're looking at a single sleeping mechanoid and let's see, 2 turrets, 2 enemies. You know what? That might be doable with 2 people. In fact, I think it will be. So I should have done this earlier if this is what we were going to do. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to reform a caravan with just... I think we're going to do Cazador and Grim because they've got the combat armor. So they're a little bit better suited to the situation. Jess and Raynor will stay back. And Grim and Cazador are going to take all the food and all the medicine. I know that seems a little bit harsh, but they're going to need it. Their route is here. So it's 1.7 days. They have almost 3 days worth of food. This is very doable, especially if we're able to loot more food. And of course, they're foraging the whole time. So there's that. You guys go. And you should be traveling. Perfect. Now back here, let's form another caravan. And again, I should have done this sooner because we basically just wasted food sitting around. We'll reform this caravan with the 2 of them. They have no days worth of food. How long does it take them to get to there? Almost 3 days. Oh god. That is how we starve to death. They're not going to be able to forage enough to make it. I'm gonna do it, and what we will do is like Schmidt, for example. Doesn't have to be Schmidt, but I think it's going to be Schmidt because Schmidt has a lot of uses though. Schmidt. Pete, you're my farmer. Kind of need you around. Abel's my miner. Might be a mission for Jaxa. I feel like Jaxa would be willing. She was sort of rescued in a similar manner. Although, I'm trying to remember. She was originally Vandriel. I think Vandriel was a refugee that we rescued. And then Philly may have been the prisoner that we took in that same mission. It's all a bit fuzzy at this point. But anyways, again, I mentioned this before. Her time is the most expendable. She's just making pieces of art for us. Decorations. We're going to have her basically bring a stack of simple meals out to meet them. So let's do that. Form a caravan, just Jaxa. Doesn't need any weapons. We're not picking any fights. And just bring like 10 simple meals. Okay. Don't need anything else. It'll only slow you down. And your route is going to be, let's maybe... And we can always adjust it after she leaves, but that's fine. So she'll get to them in about a half day. So they'll be fine. But we'll essentially put her on intercept course. And hopefully this will work out. We did something similar before with Cazador, and I think it worked out okay. It was unnecessary after some events played out, but it worked, and that was the important thing. Okay. So at least we'll be getting our newest recruit back to base. Unfortunately, Raynor won't get to share in the raiding with Grim and Cazador, but Grim and Cazador are very capable. Oh, great. Oh, great. So you guys probably aren't going anywhere anytime soon. One in mental state, one downed. 2 points. It's saying 2.6 days. Jaxa is on her way. She's going. She's almost there. Alright guys, so with Jaxa leaving, I think that's a good place to end the episode. We are out of time, and that's not quite a cliffhanger, but I think it is an interesting stopping point. You guys will hopefully be excited to see what comes of this whole mess that we found ourselves in. I will try, if I have time, to basically sit here and micro the corners so that we can put roofs over, well, not so much this, but that area and this area. That way we will be able to stand out here while doing construction or shooting and not be getting irradiated. Well, it's not technically being irradiated, but you know what I mean. They won't be exposed to the toxic fallout the entire time that they're working, so it will make things a little bit easier for us. I, again, will have to micro all of that, so it just really comes down to when I will have time to do such a thing. Not just for myself having the time, but also a window in this playthrough where I can sit there and do that and not be missing out on recording interesting things. Obviously, with this whole situation playing out, depending on how long it takes, you know, I might not be able to do this in time, and I don't want you guys to not see what happens when Jaxa arrives or whatever. So we'll see, but it'll happen soon. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.